There we go. So it'll hit. We'll be live on the Geek Together Twitch channel, our YouTube channel, and on our Facebook group. So
yeah,
there we go.
Nah, I got the notifications
going on.
Yeah,
for Geek Together.
Mine was the Facebook one that popped up.
For the Facebook one. I just got the YouTube one. We must be live.
All right.
Live.
Lots of live, lots of good stuff.
Maybe everybody will pop in.
I need to.
I know my buddy Chris said he'll be on, so if he's on, we'll say hi to him.
Tonight, I'll be eating a petit filet with goat cheese fritter.
Oh, what? Okay. Somebody's eating what? I'm trying to remember on the Twitch stuff. So as we're waiting for people to get in, if anybody's joining us, there's a couple of people here, but I know one of them's at least me. Some people on Facebook. So we're just waiting a few minutes. Less people get on. I'm trying to remember how to get onto the monitor thing for Twitch. Now I can hear myself. Oh, here it is. Here's my view. It's been way too long since we've done this.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
So if you've joined us, if you're here, just give us a few minutes. We're just waiting for some people. Maybe join us over on the Twitch and on the YouTube. We're going to talk some diecast collecting. I need to get my diecast.
Yeah.
Wow. That jumped up on Twitch.
Oh, yeah, it did. Andrew, I've got some things. We get close to the end of the episode. I got some things to show you that I picked up yesterday morning.
Twitch also dropped back down, by the way. Okay, you picked up some stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Now it's back up. It just is randomly going. So, all right, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's go.
I mean, let's do this. Hey, everybody, and welcome to a Toy Rewind Collector Showcase. If you've been here with us before, you know that I'm Andrew.
I'm John.
And I'm Michael. We did that backwards.
It's kind of weird.
And I want to introduce our guest tonight. He is none other than the most famous championdjk. So, hi, David. How are you today?
I am doing quite well, thank you.
Good.
Your famousness has made us now famous. So, thank you for that. We've been trying to get here for almost 2 years, and now just one. If you'd have told me, Michael, we could have brought him on. Like it's been like week one.
Yeah, we could have done
so. We are here. We're going to do a collector showcase. We kind of got a little 360 view of where David's at there in his room, and it's pretty amazing. We're going to look at some diecast collectibles and kind of talk to him about his collections. So I hope everybody's ready because diecast is not my forte. Obviously, you can see all these vinyl things behind me, but obviously you and Michael take it away.
Yeah, mine. I got a pretty good little collection, I guess. So we're gonna start out. So David, really, what got you started into collecting, and then how long have you done it, and stuff like that?
Well, I've always been a bit of had the collector bug, I guess I would say. I started out with obviously the little toy cars, Hot Wheels, when I was a little kid. I loved them when I was a kid. It was something I was always into. Later on, I've always had collections of things, whether it's been DVDs back in the day, or I used to collect kind of like guitar pedals. Mm-hmm. If I had the money, I'd be collecting guitars. I've collected vinyl, I've collected all sorts of different things. So I've always really kind of had that the collector bug. More specifically, diecast. The whole reason is because, it just kind of brought back the nostalgia of my childhood and playing with Hot Wheels and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, I discovered YouTube and that there's people unboxing cases of Hot Wheels on YouTube. And I'm like, wow, you can actually, there's actually like a science to this, I guess, that you can see. I could see what the rare ones are and all this stuff. And of course, got to shout out Race Grooves, right? Was the main person on YouTube at the time. And then I'm like, yeah, maybe I can start a YouTube, and, kind of went down a rabbit hole after that. And that's how it started. So yeah, went from little basic cars now to, all sorts of more expensive items. So
that's how it always starts. You start with the cheap stuff, and then next thing you know, it doesn't take long at all, does it, John?
Yeah, there's that meme goes around that says your hobby starts with 99-cent cars. Yeah, and then it gets bigger from there. So from 99 cents to things like that right there. Yeah,
I don't want to know, Mike.
It's
A little bit more than 99 cents.
Yeah,
Is that a
so
raw
we
one?
wanna-
No, yeah.
yeah,
Man.
yeah, and it didn't cost me half as much as what it really worth. I ended up trading half of the price for it, so I didn't have to pay but half the price.
See,
Which
that's
is
what you do. You
still pretty expensive.
got to pick up the things that you can for cheap or that are going to go up, and you use that as trade bait to get the big stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually, real quick, I do have a trade in progress for something maybe a little bit more, but I've got this here that was actually sitting at the bottom of one of my totes, my RLC totes, that I completely forgot I even had it. And somebody offered something up, and I asked what he wanted, and he sent
Like
me
a house or something,
what he
right?
was
Is that
looking
what you're
for. Yeah, and he said, "Yeah, I'll trade for that." I said, "Okay," and so it is
my goodness.
it is for a Auto World piece is what it's for. So so
It's got to be one heck of an Auto World piece.
Yeah, we're gonna meet up sometime. We were supposed to do it last week, and then he got stuck in Houston on his way back up to Texarkana and didn't make it. So
What does that car go for these days on eBay?
This last I saw it was around 800, 850 is the last few sales. And like I said, I bought it when it came out for what, 20, 30, 40 bucks, 30 bucks. And it's been sitting, and I completely forgot about it. And I was looking through my collection when he said what he wanted, and I found it. And I said, well, what about this? And he said, yeah, I'll do that. I said, okay. So, and the car I'm getting, I'll actually display. This one, like I said, was just sitting on the bottom of the tote. So
You completely forgot you had it. I can't believe that, Michael.
yeah, I didn't even think I had it until I started looking through my database, and it was there.
Yeah, it is fun to rediscover those items.
It is, yes. And so yeah, going through that whole total RLC stuff, I got some older stuff and I didn't realize how much it was going for until just recently. So,
yep. That one came out I think before I started collecting, because I started collecting at the tail end of 2014.
Okay,
is when I started the diecast insanity. And and originally it was the rule of just picking up the $1 cars. I'm like, I'm not going beyond this. I'm just going to go hit targets and stuff.
Yeah.
How long did that last?
It lasted it lasted a little while. I mean, I started picking up Auto World here and there, right? And then I really didn't get like head over heels into Auto World until I started taking pictures of cars. And then when I was taking pictures of the cars and I started opening up those Auto World cars, I was like, oh wow, these are true to scale. They look really nice. And
yeah. So Michael, obviously being the diecast aficionado for the three of us, Auto Worlds are the ones that are, like you said, true to scale and the real cars, right?
Yeah. They're all licensed car. They have they look like they're fresh out of the factory. Is the way they come out with factory paint, colors, and options and stuff like that. So yeah.
I definitely don't have any of those because I don't think any Batmobiles are coming out of the factory like that.
Not unless you do the slot car side of stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So
what
let me
okay.
Go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask what some of his prized pieces are that he has, but we can get to that at the end if you want. You go ahead, Mike.
It's a rough question, man.
Yeah.
See, you've got time to think about it.
They're all my children. I can't pick a favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, no, seriously though, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of pieces that are special for multiple different reasons. But yeah, we can get into specifics a little bit later. Well,
all right, there we go.
So what? Next question I had was, okay, so we're talking about, last one we talked about being an inbox collector with Robbie, but now we're going to talk about like loose stuff. So I know Champ here, he does his unboxing, his unpack packaging, setting things free. What do you call it? Free at Friday is what you do on Fridays. So, what got you? You said you got into taking pictures of them and stuff, right? And that kind of got you to opening them.
That was a part of it, yeah, for sure. Another part of it is like one of the early castings from Hot Wheels that I really wanted to collect a lot was the Hot Wheels Super Van. And I realized like I'm never going to find any of these vintage pieces carded, So if I want a full collection that I want to display together, I'm going to have to open the ones, that I have carded to get them all to be displayed as one display, right? And then I started thinking, well, for a little while I was buying two of everything. I was keeping one carded and having one loose. So one loose. And the other thing is YouTube, right? I had to show them people like in the videos that I'm actually opening something and you can actually see it. Then you don't necessarily have to open it yourself, right? Yep. You can leave it carded, leave it boxed. So that was a big part, that photography, and then just having complete collections. Once things are open, they can't go back in. So if you've got part of your collection loose, it's like I had to make a decision. I'm either going to go all carded or I'm going to go all loose. And I'm like, well, it's cheaper to go loose. Then I don't have to care about card condition. It's freeing. I don't have to care about the packaging. I don't have to care about any of that. I mean, it's got its own trappings. You have to worry about how you're going to store and protect loose cars, which is a challenge in and of itself, which I am far from perfected yet. When I do, I'll let you know. But yeah, you had to make a decision. And then it was nice because then I got to kind of sell off all my carded stuff that I had duplicates of and use that money to build more loose collection and, all of that.
Yeah. That does make it a lot easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine, stuff that I keep carded is actually my sets, because I'm a set builder, which gets kind of expensive too, but it all goes back to collecting baseball cards. I always blame the baseball cards because I always wanted to build the set. And then when I got into the collector series when I started actually collecting in the early 90s, the collector numbers were out and I saw numbers and I wanted to put up the sets together. So that's what I do. And keep them carded for me on the sets. It not only gives me the card has all the information you need to keep it together. The number and which set, because release it is, because it's, like Hot Wheels, some of them come out that are similar in color, similar design and stuff like that. And you kind of forget what year and what set it all goes to. So it's kind of keeps that more organized. Yeah. But I do like some loose stuff like you see over here. Most of my, which is mostly Chevrolet trucks, is what I've got over here. And like you said, the Super Van, it's hard to find those carded, the older versions. Yeah. My number one Hot Wheel casting, that my favorite one is the Rescue Ranger, the Emergency Squad. That goes all the way back to the Red Line era. So those are almost impossible to get carded too. So
right.
I know exactly.
Michael, do you have one of those? Do you have one of those handy?
I've got I got a newer version right here.
You talked about this the other day, and every time you said Rescue Ranger, sorry, I'm thinking Chip and Dale.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking.
This was me, and then I was like,
Super Van for reference.
Yeah, there's the Super Van. Okay.
Yeah, and I got a piece of tape on.
Got to get used to this reverse camera thing.
Yeah, it's yeah. So I'm glad, John, that you owned up to that too, because I kept thinking Chip and Dale, and I'm like,
I heard it the other day.
Why do I not have this Chip and Dale car?
Well, it's that version I showed you was one of the renamed ones. It's called Rapid Response.
Okay.
And they used to be, originally came out as the Emergency Squad. And
is that the Forest Ranger and the Real Riders?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that one loose.
Yeah. But I've got them all in a case over here up on the shelf. But yeah, that's my number one casting right there. Is that one.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what I would say. Like the main logic really behind it is just like my collection, my diecast collection is pretty much like with YouTube. It's like, it's the same thing. Right. So, I mean, it's all based around the YouTube channel. I mean, of course, I collect stuff I like. I don't just pick up stuff just for the sake of showing it usually. Although there will be sometimes I'll be provided some things to show, but yeah, it's all tied into that YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So.
So what out of all that stuff, what is your favorite brand? We talked about the favorite piece, or casting. So what's your favorite brand out of all of them? There's a lot of different brands out there.
Well, really, I mean, obviously it's Auto World. Auto World is the only thing that I'm really trying to like 100% complete, except for the raws, because I've got the money bags for that. But yeah, maybe if I sold all my other brands, maybe I could do it. But yeah, really, and that's the other problem. I like too much stuff. I really do. But Auto World, I would say, if you had to ask me which one section of your collection that you would give up last if you started having to sell stuff or whatever, it would definitely be my Auto World collection. Because it's very complete, except for the raws. It's very complete. So yeah, that would be a tough one. So I would say that's my favorite brand.
Yeah, I was looking at mine. Mine's the same way, Auto World. I was looking at mine just to figure out what I'm missing, and I'm down to needing just 7 regular release Ultra Reds to be complete on the regular releases, and plus the Toys R Us Grand Prix. Somehow I can't get a hold of that. I've got the raw of it, but I don't have the Ultra Red.
I got the red of that one.
It slipped through my hands a few times, that Ultra Red.
Yeah.
But and then I need 4 more of the Auto World Hobby releases that they came out just for Auto World, and then the Hobby exclusive stuff. I need 14 different ones on that. So
nice. I'm missing.
And then we got more coming out here in the next few months. So.
Right. Yeah. So I'm missing 4 regular release Ultra Reds, not counting the most recent release that just came out, or the premium release 3 for this year. I'm missing only 4, which hopefully I'll be able to check. 2 are from 2017 premium release 4. I'm missing the Mach 1 and the Barracuda from that release.
Yeah, all mine are. I have 2 from the release 5 C and D set, and then the rest are all from 2017 is what I'm missing.
Gotcha.
that year. For some reason I missed them that year. Those are the hard ones to get because they were limited. So
yeah, and we could probably do a whole podcast on that release 5 C and D and what ones are different and which ones are the same and all of that. So I guess I am missing one more from there too that I just thought of. But yeah.
So all right, so let's go back to the YouTube thing. So what got you? You kind of talked about it a while ago. So what got you into YouTube and stuff like that? I mean, what triggered you to go that way?
I don't know. I just started watching videos and I started watching. I'm like, well, maybe I can do this. I'm like, and these guys got to be making a little bit of money doing it. I'm like, well, it'd be kind of cool if I could sort of fund my collection at the same time as doing a channel and kind of building it and then using it to meet other people and trade with other people. You know, when I started doing YouTube, there was Race Gurus and there was a few other people like Mr. Sensitivity, PBAJ. You know, there was a couple other people that were trading back and forth and getting boxes and stuff. I'm like, well, that'd be kind of fun to be a part of that little community. And, you know, and I just, you know, thought I'd start a YouTube channel and just see what happened. And, you know, and that's just kind of what I did. And my YouTube channel, if you go back and watch it from, you know, in the beginning, it's way different than what it is now. And you know, the production value is not much better, but but you know, the content is quite a bit different. But yeah, that's kind of what I got into it. I'm like, I thought, well, maybe I could create this self-perpetuating hobby. I show cars, I make a little bit of coin on YouTube, but just put that right back into the hobby and trade and do all this other stuff, find stuff, and you know, whatever. And it's worked out so far. So
that's good.
Now,
yeah, I know I catch it quite a bit when I get home in the evening time. Sometimes I'll sit down and work on some of my stuff, and I'll listen to you and watch your videos, and I enjoy it. I don't, you know, and there's a lot of other people that do too. So yeah, you've gotten the past year or two. I know a buddy of mine, Chris Baker, lives in Tyler. Just north of where I'm at, John and Andrew lives there in Tyler. He one morning I watched your video one morning and you did a shout out. It was for the what was it I sent you?
That Ultra Red, the
Yeah, that Ultra Red. I can't remember which one.
the
it was
Trans
now.
Am.
Yeah, the Trans Am. It was the Trans Am. And next morning I wake up, my phone's. I get a message, wakes me up, and I look, and it's him. He goes, "That was a great shout out." You know, he gave for you. I said, "Yeah." So I know he watches too. So
That's cool.
but you got a pretty good fan base out there. There's a lot of people. You know, they say a lot of good things about you. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I think I have a pretty good like repeat watching fan base. I mean, I'm not like massive or whatever. I'm not Lamley, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have that quite a huge, following, but the following does seem to be pretty loyal, and they're all like pretty nice, and it's been really cool. I mean, I've met a lot of cool people through it,
Yeah.
So
let's see. So what else? Okay, so other than the diecast part of it, you kind of mentioned a few other things you've collected the rest of the year. Is there anything you collect now? I know you're big into music as well, right? You play guitar, stuff like that. So is there anything other that you collect and other interests that you do?
Not really. I mean, I do have a bit of a record collection, like vinyl. But I don't really actively go after any of that stuff anymore. It's kind of just sitting there at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not ready to like part with it or anything, but sadly I parted last year with all my original Nintendo games, which I had probably about 100 or so of those. And
that hurts.
Yeah,
that hurts.
I just, I made a computer into an emulator, and I'm like, I'm really just playing these to enjoy them, and I'm like, something had to go, and that went. And next is gonna be the Sega Genesis stuff. So, I mean, I've collected video games.
At some point, when you have to move, it'll make moving a little bit easier, and you'll be like, "That's why I did that." Yeah,
right.
Because I used to have a huge DVD collection, and then I just did everything digital. And now all I have to, even my digital ones that I have that are not on the cloud, all I have to move is one box. It's like, there you go. The movies are moved. It's
technically still have that DVD collection. It's just at mom and dad's.
some of them are there. I sold some. A few of them are here. Like, I just don't have that many. So
yeah, I got a bunch of those yet.
I don't think I don't even have anything to play DVD on. I don't think.
Oh no, I don't anymore.
So
I think
all of ours is digital too.
I would say I can play it on my computer, but it doesn't even have a player, a drive on it. So I can't even play it there. Don't know what to do.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, I would totally collect guitars if I could afford it. I would totally do it. I would. My son is like super, and my son's like 5 years old. He's like super into guitar, and if I could collect guitars, man, I would definitely do that. But yeah, that's a little too rich for me. And so,
so what is the best part of collecting? Just about anything. What do you think the best part of collecting anything would be? I know we're big. Both me and you are both the diecast guys, but
yeah.
What's the biggest part of that you enjoy?
Like, I guess from a psychological aspect of it, it's checking boxes. I don't know. It's satisfying. It's when you get something you've been trying to get or whatever. I know it might sound stupid and unimportant or whatever, but I mean, it's like little victories, right? I think the little victories are what makes collecting fun. Getting something, enjoying it, appreciating it. Some of it's a sickness too, right? I mean, accumulating all this stuff. And I think you got to be aware of that at the same time. But I mean, it's if you're happy doing it, right, and it's not like destructive, then that's what's good about it, I guess.
Right.
I mean,
that's always.
There's always something worse you can
way
spend the money on.
worse. Yeah.
That's how we always justify it, right? I mean, I could be, whatever.
Insert so many things here.
Yeah, you can insert a lot of things. But I mean, not that has to justify it. It's just if it brings you joy and it's something you can do, and I don't know, it's fun. I've learned a lot from it. I've learned, especially with the YouTube thing, I've learned a lot of stuff. I've learned stuff about photo editing and other little skills and things that you pick up from it, and whatever. It's fun. And there's a community, the friends you make during it, and that's another good reason for it.
Yeah, the community is probably one of the biggest things that I've enjoyed being a collector. I was collecting before I was in part of the community, and then as soon as like the Nerds Unite kind of community kind of welcomed me in, it was like, oh wait, there's like this huge group of people that do this, and we just talk about toys and our collections, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, very much.
I got a text from a lady who collects. She lives there in Tyler, and she used to be one of those that would hit every store every night type thing, and just wait for pallets to come out and stuff like that. But she's she's COVID hit and stuff like that. She's slowed down. Well, I hadn't talked to her in months, and I usually text her like the holidays or something, like Merry Christmas or Happy New Year, stuff like that. But I hadn't talked to her, text her in a month or several months, and I haven't even seen her because of all this going on with the COVID and stuff. And she's an older lady, her and her husband. So they stuck around, stayed inside, stayed home most of the time. So they quit doing that. And so I didn't see her as much. Didn't talk to her as much. And then out of the blue, the other day, I got a text from her. Hey, I got some Auto World trucks. You want them? I said, yeah, I'll take them. So she picked these up, and a couple times she was out and thought about me. And so, she's a good friend. Like I said, my buddy Chris, he does, we text back and forth. He's just last week, he had a hot streak where he found a chase or two every day for a whole week. And and I picked out, I said, you ran out of luck because he couldn't find nothing the other day. But yeah, she brought me a few things. And then another little cool piece that you don't see very much are these little, this Jada Patrol. And it's got the little siren. You press down on it, and
oh, that's cool.
I don't know if you can hear it or not, but she found that and brought that to me, and I got another Suburban and a couple of Silverados from Auto World as well. So, but yeah, it's just friends to me. Just the camaraderie. That's what I enjoy. I do a toy show every couple months in the DFW area. And I don't usually make any money off of it. I usually break even because I end up spending what I bought. So, or what I sold, I go out and spend it, turn around and spend it. But as long as my table's paid for, but I enjoy getting up there and just talking to all the guys up there and just talking to them. And it's fun to be a part of that community. So that's what I enjoy. And then, like I said, you said something about the therapeutic part. Collecting in general, if you enjoy it, it's kind of what I do to get away from the everyday things. Like if you have a bad day at work, when I get home, I can sit down and just kind of mess with a few cars and then all my worries go away, So
sure.
But yeah, that's a good feeling when you're doing that. So
yeah, for sure.
But
I want to know about his shelves. Those are some amazing shelves you have.
Those
what
cases,
are you using? Yeah, what cases are you using?
The ones behind me are Carney plastics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So those are pretty neat. You can get them with a mirrored back, which I have angled and stuff. The ones, should I lift you up?
Oh, we're gonna go for a spin.
So back here, the white ones back there, those are NASCAR, not NASCAR with an M. NASCAR. Yeah, same with over there.
I got NASCAR behind me. So.
Yeah.
And then we got some cheap Plano cases right there. They're like little storage cases. Those work great. But yeah, the NASCAR stuff's great because it fits larger, scale accurate cars.
Yeah, larger scale cars.
So,
yeah.
So how many diecast cars do you think you got?
Oh my God, why did that question?
You knew that one was coming.
Yeah, I should have. A lot. I honestly have no clue. I don't know. I can tell you how many Auto World I have though.
Do you have a system that you keep up with things?
Some of them. Yes. Not the whole collection. It literally would be too consuming to be able to try to keep track of all of it. But I do like
they understand that.
like Auto World, my favorite brand, right? You know, so I do keep track of that. I've got those in a logged in a Google sheet basically, which I'm gonna look up statistics right now here. So I have 1,222 Auto World. So 1,200. And that's obviously counting duplicates and everything. Green light, I probably have close to 1,000 of. I have quite a few of the Japanese brand stuff like Kyosho and Tomica Limited Vintage. I have, I don't know, probably like 120, 150 Tomica Limited Vintage. I've got probably about 150 Kyosho. I don't know. It all adds up. I have more than anything I have is probably Hot Wheels actually still because of all the mainline cars and stuff like that I still pick up the dollar car. So that is a countless amount there.
You and Michael both need bumper stickers for your car that says "My other cars are diecast" or something.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I have I know Michael has a lot there. I have a couple. They're all Batmobiles except for two mystery machines behind me. But I also have this diecast piece that I love.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually really heavy, and I didn't know what I was going to do when I got it because I was like, this thing, it's metal and it's weird, and then it's not vinyl like the rest of them, but it's pretty awesome. You know, I kind of like the Funkos getting into diecast. It's not cars, obviously, but you know, it's something a little different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. John, you got anything diecast back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a
that
couple
it?
of cars Jackson stuck in here.
Oh, okay. Oh, cars.
Nothing major.
Yeah. Let's see,
All the rest of them
John.
are Batmobiles.
John didn't collect anything until we started our podcast, and he started picking
I bought
things
the
up.
house too and had a place to put stuff.
Yeah.
And now he's got all this
Yeah.
this background now that he's accumulated. So yeah, it's just it.
Beetlejuice, Zelda.
Yeah. And we come from a collecting top family anyway, so and our grandmother was a big collector of things and just random things, and it's just kind of runs in our blood a little bit.
Yeah.
Are these Jada figures diecast technically? Or are they just
metal?
Yeah.
Those they're diecast metal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what they were really made out of. It didn't really say. So
yeah, I got a little super
more diecast figures.
Yeah.
There you go.
I bought all the Street Fighter ones. So
I came across a bunch of them.
Yeah, John hooked us up with Superman and Batman's. Yeah, the good ones. So, what is it about diecast that you just love the most out of everything?
It's cars, man. It's just cars. I like
just
cars.
The cars.
Yeah, I like cars. I've always liked cars. Like when I was a little kid, that's all I would draw is cars. I like cars. I'm not like a big gearhead type of guy, but I mean I've always just liked the way they look. I've always I've always been into cars. That's pretty much it. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. I've just always liked cars. So,
and it's an easy one to get into, really. Like you said, the dollar. Yeah, it's real easy to start out there and can get you in a lot of trouble real quick.
Gateway right there on the pegs for $1 a piece is it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, and as much as like Hot Wheels or Matchbox, they put out so many of them. You got all different kinds you can pick from.
Right, there's something for everybody, right? I mean,
you got
literally anybody that
you got your real licensed cars, and then you've got the fantasy cars. Then you have even those people that like comic books. They got comic book character. All the character cars. Star Wars and Marvel and DC and even all Barbie. Those. Yeah, they got Barbie. I mean, you got everything. anything that you collect, you could get. You know, I was talking to the guys that other on Front Row Negative when I did with them last week. They were talking about the Steamboat Willie car, the boat.
Yep.
So you get that. Andrew, you've got Mystery Machines and the turtle van too. So
I do have the turtle van.
yeah.
No, I have Batmobiles, the Mystery Machine, and Turtle Van.
Yeah. So it's you know, as far as Hot Wheels or Matchbox, they come out with all different kinds. You know, back in the day there was the SpongeBob set from Matchbox, and just about anything they've got license for about everything. You know,
Yeah.
in there if you go that way. If you're into like a Gearhead or something, you know, M2 has they've got their cars and trucks with like gas type different kind of ads and stuff like that. I've got like this one here, the Racing Head surface service type things, you know, with the logos from different companies on them and stuff like that. So it's just about anything. If you're into anything, any kind of movies or stuff like that, you know, Diecast has something relatable to it. So
For sure.
Yeah. If you're into things, you can probably find it.
Yeah.
To collect it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, anything else you guys got, Andrew, John?
No, I asked the big one, what's your favorite? But he's got to have time to think about that one. That was hard.
Boy. You know, it's hard to say. Like I said, there's stuff I like for different reasons, and let's see if I can actually get it out real quick. I'm tied to a cord here, but I guess. Oh, hang on. We don't have to move it.
There we go. We're gonna move.
We're going on a trip.
Hope nobody's motion sickness.
We're gonna get up.
If you are, then pleasure. Nice.
So, I mentioned I like vans, right?
Yep.
So, like, I guess like this is not that rare of a piece, right? But I guess it's a kind of a claim to fame sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
So this is a Johnny Lightning that they released in a Street Freaks release. In the license plate, I don't know if you can see that on there, but it says championdjk. And then you mentioned my other car. Where does it say that there? Yeah, my other car is an Auto World. On the
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And it's got 10 Car Tuesday, which is one of my little video series.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So this was actually put out in a package from Johnny Lighting or whatever. Mike Groot Heiss designed this, who's a designer for Auto World or for Round 2.
Yeah.
And put this out of the package as kind of an homage to my YouTube channel. So I guess from that perspective,
I mean,
you know, and
from that perspective, you made it.
In the store,
yeah, you're famous now. You got
you're famous.
So
your name is on a car. Yeah, that's in a package, not just something that's custom done.
Yeah, so that was a high point for sure. So that's definitely an important piece to me. But like I said, I mean, there's so many pieces in my collection that are important for some of the reasons. Stuff I got from friends, like Mike gave me that Ultra Red that was, you know, something I was missing and had been missing since I basically started collecting Auto World, right? So that's always going to be special to me. The Auto World Raws that I've got, each one of those is going to be special to me. I don't have as many as you, buddy, but you know, but yeah, every one of those, you know, there's just different pieces for different reasons that will trigger, you know, a memory in the hobby, you know. But I would have to say, like, this is, I don't know, getting your name in the car was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool there. I like that. Yeah. So, all
right. So just on that kind of topic question, do you remember your first car that you purchased, and do you still have it? Like, as in a collection, not just like you picked it up, like you were, this is going to start a collection basically.
I really don't. I can tell you though, like, so an aside, so right, like I started collecting hard end of 2014. I don't remember the first car I picked up. I remember the first super treasure hunt I found though, which was the Roadster, which is a little fantasy casting or whatever. But I was super psyched to find it because it's my first super. And then, but before that, is circa 2007, I started picking up Hot Wheels randomly at Target, just to kind of, whatever, kind of collect them and hang on to them. So when I started my collection again, whatever, in 2014, I grabbed all those out of the box. So I can say the first cars that really entered my collection was stuff I picked up in 2007, where I kind of bought maybe close to maybe 30 or 40 cars I bought over that year, that into 2008, and that was it. But I saved those in a box for 6-7 years, and then pulled them out and was looking at them like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start a collection again, blah blah blah, with the YouTube thing and all that. So so I don't really know what the first one I picked up was, but yeah.
Okay. Our buddy Kevin over on Facebook wants to know, he said, you like vans. How many vans are in your collection? Do you know?
No, I don't. I don't. Hundreds. I mean, hundreds. I mean, if you count, especially if you count VW vans, then yeah, I got way too many.
I mean,
yeah, I can't.
Vans, so you got to count them.
I can't quantify that. I'm sorry.
All right, we're gonna need. What are you gonna need?
Lot.
Like a month of just nonstop counting them. And
I don't know if it would take necessarily that long, but I'm not gonna do it.
All right. What's the most recent purchase you've made?
Recent? Well, I got some stuff in the mail today. I could show
there
you
you
that.
go. There you go.
We got this Schuko piece here, Jägermeister.
There you go.
So this is pretty cool. Is this a? Was this? Do you know, Mike? Was this one with Tarmac Works one, or is this just straight up Schuko? I think it was just straight up Schuko.
I think it's just Schuko. Yeah.
Okay, so I picked up this guy, the Jägermeister. So that I got in the mail today. Again, like with Auto World, I got these recently. So I got this Weekend to Wheels piece, this Chevy Silverado. Thanks to Mike sending me the link to grab these. I got these guys. It's another Auto World piece. These are pretty limited to only 1,008 pieces, which is I mean, that's almost chase piece limited. Well, I guess for the current Ultra Reds, it's definitely chase piece limited. We got that Ultra Red right there. My buddy Zach hooked me up with this one at a good buddy price. Just some more Auto World, package is falling apart of this one. I did not open this yet, but she came like that.
Oh,
yeah, got those.
Yeah. At least you are gonna open it.
I guess I can't be mad because one of the cards has a crease in it. The other one, it's already open. I'm gonna open both of them anyway. So again, that is the nice thing about being a loose collector. I did pick up some stuff in stores.
That idea of free at Friday, your segment that you do. I know when I set up these shelves behind me and started pulling my Funko Pops out of boxes, it's very freeing to be like, you know what, and you get to look at the entire piece, like the artist that did the work all the way around it. It's not just the front.
I kind of equate it to lighting off fireworks. It's although fireworks lose their value entirely once you light them off.
Are you sure?
I hear if you hold on to them for a minute, you remember it forever.
Maybe, but if you can figure out how to take pictures of them, I guess I don't know. But that's the thing. I mean, opening up the stuff, it's great because you do get to enjoy 360 degrees of it.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I do like toy shows and stuff too. We do our own like local club, diecast club. And I swear, man, I sell more loose cars sometimes than I sell carded cars. It's just it's odd.
It does. I've noticed that when I do the shows for me, I make better deals with the loose cars than I do carded stuff.
It's just weird,
So I started opening up. If I can find some older stuff, just opening them up and put them in a case, and then go out there and then set the cases up there, and they just open them up and start pulling them out. And it's crazy. And we would, doing the Kmart mail-ins and stuff like that, the Toys R Us mail-ins. You go and buy 20 cars, and you mail it in, you get a mail-in car. I had a whole cooler. It was a big 50-something quart cooler just full of loose cars. And it was just sitting in the storage building. And I said, well, I'm just going to take this to one of the shows. So I set it at the under the table, opened the lid or pulled the lid off of it and put 3 for $1. And it was the most, it was just, I just had a crowd around that thing all day long, just digging through that. And I sold almost every car in that little, it was just a bin, dump bin type thing, and it was just crazy. I didn't realize they would do that, but yeah, all kinds. So it was just amazing how much the loose stuff would do better than carded stuff.
Right. And
Yeah,
like I said too, they don't go that much. I mean, they do, like some cars obviously will lose a lot of value, whatever, if you pull them out of the package, but there's people still pay good money for stuff that's loose and mint condition,
Yeah.
So. Michael, your buddy Kevin mentioned or in a Dr. Pepper cooler.
That was Dr. Pepper cooler. Yeah, he's one of those that dug through it. So him and Carl.
Yeah.
So
so I know obviously with cars you can't open and repackage it, back into its mint state. The one good thing about my pops or whatever,
some people can, yes.
You mean
with mainline
I don't even
Hot
know.
Wheels is possible. No, but what I was going to mention is the import brand stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that stuff is set up to be able to be opened and put back into the package.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to have to grab an example. We're going on a trip again, guys.
Another trip.
We'll just grab something random from up here. So, like for example, like this Inno 64. So it comes like this in an acrylic case. Yeah, there's cellophane, I think, maybe around these when you first buy them. Mm-hmm. So you can't put that back on. But essentially, you can still put it back in the package and still, protect it in its original packaging. And it doesn't. I don't think it loses much value for having the cellophane ripped off of it. But there's other ones like, Tomica Limited Vintage.
Mm-hmm.
They just come in a cardboard box. You open it up. There's a little plastic thing that the casting is nestled in. You can pull that out. You can put it back in as long as you're careful with the box.
Yeah,
there's no difference. So
yeah, that's the joy with these. Like I can put them back in if I wanted to, except for my sodas. They get opened, because they're blind pack. But once those are opened, you kind of lose a lot of value if it's not one of the good ones. But it's all good. It's not about the value. It's about the enjoyment I get from all of the things.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the way you have to look at it.
But I do think a lot of people, no matter what, whether it's enjoyment or not, they're afraid to open stuff because they don't want it to lose value and, all of that, because eventually maybe you will sell it or whatever, but you'll sell it whether it's loose or whether it's carded. So just open it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
It goes further. You can take pictures of it. You can do all sorts of stuff with it.
You can have more fun with it. Like you said, take pictures. And that's one thing, like a bunch of the Funko group, there's lots of people that do photos and they'll take them out. I know many times I've seen our buddy Ed has taken pictures and it's like with his cereal or whatever. And he just puts the Funko right in the cereal. He's pouring cereal and milk all over it. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do that because I don't want to have to clean that up. But
he does. So you don't have to,
he does. So I can see what it looks like for Funko to have something all over it.
Milk all over it.
Yeah. So Andrew, I was going to show you.
Oh yeah. What are you going to show me? You want to show me something?
Yeah, we got something. I did come across a couple of, I don't know where my other one went. Did find a couple of these.
Oh no. Yep.
Yeah. So I might have to. That's a treasure hunt for that case. But I also found this.
How many of those
I know
you
I
got?
sent you pictures of what?
Of the treasure
Yeah,
hunt?
one before that one. He wants.
I found two of them. So I found you this set, or found me a set. I'm gonna have to find another set for you. This Batmobile.
I like how he said he found you a set first and then he reversed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it to show you is what it is. You got that one.
How much is that treasure hunt going to cost me, Michael?
We'll see. That Batmobile. It's kind of hard because the cards are dark and it's fun.
The cards are dark. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to set them loose. So
please,
and
you can set them loose right on my shelves back here.
Yeah, that's your '89 Batmobile.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
and then the '66 Batmobile.
That's my second favorite.
Yeah.
Well, so my third favorite behind the animated series one.
Yeah,
I
this
don't know,
was
I'm
pretty
digging
cool
the new
because
one.
it's got don't know
I
if you
think
can
the
see
new
all
one's
the
going to be
pinstriping
very
and
close.
stuff on it's pretty cool.
I think the new one's going to be up there. I've
Like
got
a muscle
one
car.
Yeah.
back here behind me, and I haven't opened it yet. It's actually still in, but I need to open it. So, what did somebody say? Oh, Kevin's mentioned the card art. See, you have to appreciate the card art also.
Yes.
Before you rip it open. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
before you rip it open, you have to appreciate the card art. It's there. The card art was just as much time went into that as went into designing this car.
Yeah.
So
There's your
yeah, I need to open mine. I just ran out of shelf space for it, so it went on the wall as opposed to on a shelf. So I'll move things around. It'll get open eventually.
Yeah.
I do want to go through. So David, where can people find you? Obviously, we want to push some of our viewers over to you. I mean, we're not as famous as you are. We don't have our license plates on cars or anything, but maybe someday.
Someday.
But where can
One
people
day.
find you?
So YouTube, championdjk. Find me on Instagram, championdjk with an underscore because the other one was taken. I guess I don't know. I'm on TikTok now, doing some dumb videos on there. I resisted it. I really did, but and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. You make little videos and whatever. So it's all car related stuff. Same thing, diecast stuff. Put the music, and there's none of me talking on there. So if you don't like,
So
my voice, you
you're
can watch
on
it.
there dancing with cars in your hands.
That would be good. I did not do that yet, but that's a great idea. I think I'm going to start. Yeah, just rolling them across my hairy chest. That's what you're gonna do. Probably will get viewers that way. That's crazy, but probably true. Yeah, so same thing, championdjk underscore in there. Same thing on Facebook. Keeping it consistent.
you got it pretty simple there.
Yeah, pretty simple. It's a silly name, but whatever. But yeah, you can see it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube's obviously the main one. And yeah, that's and I write for Lamley as well. If you go to lamleygroup.com, I haven't done anything in a while, but I've got some probably a couple articles that are going to be coming up here towards the end of the year. Or I guess we're at the end of the year, so as soon as I get them done. But yeah, and so I do write for that occasionally too, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and I'm on eBay too, championdjk. I've
You just got to
sell
find
stuff on there.
But you do have some stuff on there, so if people wanted to, have
Not
one
right
of your
now,
pieces,
but yeah, if you follow me on there or whatever, when I do put stuff
eventually.
up, you'll see it.
All right. Well, this has been great chatting with you. Honestly, good to see what your collection you got behind you, because that's what this is all about, is kind of just showing off some people's collections, since we don't get a chance to do that very often with I mean, I guess you do, because you're on YouTube all the time posting about it, but some normal people don't do that.
Right.
A couple of things I do want to talk to our people, our listeners. We do the toy rewind, guys. The Brothers Newland. We do have our toy bracket going on right now. I think there's still a couple matches going, and then tomorrow we'll have a whole nother group of matches coming up. So, I mean, honestly, Nintendo's going to win this one, but we still have to go through it. It's like every year when you get to March Madness, Duke is going to end up in the Final Four, but you still have to go through the whole process because there's a chance they'll get knocked out.
Yeah.
But like I had somebody, I don't know what it was on Twitter. I think it was on Twitter. Was like, how do you even put Nintendo up against Pillow People? And I'm like, look, I didn't see these. It's just what happened. So you go on there, you vote. I don't think Pillow People got any votes. It's okay. They're out. Nintendo will make it to the Final Four and probably win it. It's all good.
Probably so. You still have you still have Hot Wheels and Johnny Lightning still in the
that's what I want to. I want to get down.
Theirs.
I want to get down to Johnny Lightning against Hot Wheels. I didn't even looked at the bracket to see if it would happen past the championship round. But if that would happen, like, how do you vote, Michael? How do you vote on that one?
Ooh.
I would go Hot Wheels probably with those two.
You would go Hot Wheels?
Yeah,
David, how do you go?
I got more Hot Wheels than I do Johnny Lightning.
Man. Yeah, I'd probably go Hot Wheels too.
You know, it might be controversial to say, but probably none of the other brands would exist if it wasn't for Hot Wheels and Matchbox. You know,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, we
paving the
haven't even
way.
talked about Matchbox yet.
Yeah, that hadn't come up.
Yeah.
That hadn't come up yet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
I don't- is
every
it-
every collector starts at the pegs with a buck, right? So you kind of got to give it up to them. So
I mean, you got to start there. So
Yeah.
check out our, as I mentioned, our Twitter and our Instagram for being able to vote. Who just jumped on? Oh, it's Manny. Oh, Manny jumped on. Manny finally made it.
Yeah,
Manny.
and we had a little gap, I think, on Twitch. That
Was there a little
kinda
gap?
cut out? Yeah.
Did it cut out? It's over here. I'm not even paying attention to it. It's just open. So, Manny, are you in? Are you up in Seattle? Is that where ECCC is at? Emerald City? Where are they? I don't even know where it's at. I'm just
in
not there. That's
Seattle.
all I know. Is it in Seattle? I know it's up in that. It's up there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's up there where the Kraken play. Well, appreciate having you on. I guess
Thanks for
we
having
have
me.
like technically we have like 7 more minutes, 6 more minutes. I can't count either. I don't do math.
I got 4 minutes left.
4 minutes. I mean,
That's what it says up there.
oh, so okay, Manny's not at ECC. He's still in Cali. Let's look at this. I can pull up the bracket and see what we can do here. Currently, we're still in the middle of things, Manny. Nintendo will win it. They've had more votes than anybody. Let's see. Johnny Lightning and Hot Wheels could meet up in round 4 in the. They won't though because Johnny Lightning will get beat out by Nintendo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what will happen. It'll be Hot Wheels against Nintendo. That's my prediction, and G.I. Joe against.
That's the 3-inch line, right?
Yeah, so G.I. Joe 3-inch line
had-
against the DC Superpowers.
Okay.
I think that's my prediction for the Final Four.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had the 12-inch G.I. Joes in the first bracket we did earlier in the year.
Yeah, and I don't think they made it very far. That's
I
all
don't
right. The
remember
3
all they
inches
got.
where the
Agree,
heart
man.
is for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manny says, wait,
Nintendo all the way.
Hot Wheels have my vote, Nintendo all the way. So which way are you going, Manny? What happens if it's Nintendo against Hot Wheels? Where are you going to go with that one? I want to know where you're going with that, Manny, because I think at the end of it, so once we do 4 full brackets, we're going to take the 4 winners and peg them against each other, which will put Nintendo against Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Still Nintendo.
I think
See,
Nintendo would probably beat out just about anybody it goes up against.
I mean, come on.
I mean, it is Nintendo.
Just
Manny,
everybody's. If it's Nintendo and Hot Wheels, I would still go Hot Wheels because that's what I grew up with. Now, John and Andrew were more Nintendo guys than me. I was more Atari.
Yeah, it's Nintendo.
I was at the end of the Atari line. And,
it is very interesting to look at it because you're looking at action figures against an electronic.
yeah.
Right.
And it's 2 different things, but they are toys.
But you got to remember, if it wasn't for Teddy Ruxpin, Nintendo wouldn't be around. So you got to remember that.
Teddy Ruxpin can go jump off a cliff, okay, and take Furby with him.
I was going to say take Michael's Furby with it.
Yeah, Furby
take
can go
Furby
too.
with him.
I'm not a Furby fan at all.
Nintendo is Manny's overall, and his comment about G.I. Joe's 12 inches is just too big.
That's what she said. No.
Yeah. That's where he was going with it. That's where.
Yeah.
I gotta
That's what
stop
he
talking.
said.
I gotta stop talking.
All right. So anyway,
All right.
We're way off topic. Way off topic at this point.
Okay.
All right. Well, David, thanks for joining us. Thanks everybody in the chat for joining us. We are going to sign off at this point, and no episode of the Toy Rewind this week. We'll be back next week with. We're talking about Mad Balls. I hope everybody knows what Mad Balls are. They're pretty awesome and pretty crazy. Some awesome artwork. So we'll be back talking about that. And with that, what is my tagline? I forgot. Oh, sorry.
Play on.
Play on.
Play on.